This album, basically, we started this album during the same process of the last double album. Pimp had felt during his incarceration the fact that we didn't have a lot of music saved up, with us not anticipating that situation and not being sure what the future may hold. He didn't want to be without music in that sense. So we went in the studio and kept trying to be, productive and make as much music as we could that was good and representative of the group. And we got into a real good vibe and just kept putting music together. And after we knew that we had enough to honor the commitment to the record company, we still had, studio time. We were still, the vibe was still going. So we just kept making music. And, with the double album, there was, a lot of things that we did before that we hadn't really done before. Brought in, more outside producers than we would have. Brought in different kind of feature people and cameos. And we were like, for the next album, we're going to make sure we bring it back to the original sound, go back to some of our homeboys that we ain't rocked with in a while, and, take it back to the core what UGK stands and represents for. You know what I'm saying? Like it's time for the cycle to come back around and get back to basics. And that was the intention and that was the direction. And we got a couple of songs recorded in that direction, and we had enough structure left with the remaining music and vocals to build upon that situation. So in the end, we end up with a complete album, 16 tracks. It's 12 full songs with me and Pimp C on every song. So it's not like it's only a couple of Pimp C verses here and there, and they're all new verses, and it's none of these stuff that you thinking we got something from a remix or something like that. It's all intended to be on an album, you know what I'm saying? And it's an incredible, symbol, I think, of what Pimp and I stood for all these years musically and as men. And, I'm proud of it, you know what I'm saying, as a member of the group and as somebody that normally didn't have as much responsibility with the recording process and different issues, and where I've had to step up, you know what I'm saying, in the game, but I wouldn't have trusted it with anybody else. And I don't think it would have been fair to put it in anybody else's hands, because it's 17 years of history that had to be held up. We had the right people supporting it, we had the right people working on it, and we put the right people on the album, and it's definitely the album that we needed to make. Every day was a Pimp C story. Some days were several Pimp C stories. Whether you go to the mall, like Pimp C didn't just go to the mall like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had to get fresh to get fresh. Every day was a movie, man. I look back on, like all the times we used to laugh about things. And I remember how he would look at TV and say, man, this dude ain't jamming. I'm going to have to tell him when I see him, he ain't jamming if he asks me. And then the dude would see him, man, and be like, hey, Pimp C, what's up, man? Yeah, I got this new record, man. Have you heard it? Yeah, I heard it. Oh, you like it? Nah, homie, I don't like it. Like, they gave you the wrong drums. They should have never let you rap to them drums. But what we need to do is get you in the studio and get your drums right. They would throw people off a little bit because people wouldn't know how to accept that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard for people to accept criticism that they weren't really looking for. You know what I'm saying? Because people ask you what you think, but that's not what they really want to know. You know what I'm saying? And, but that wasn't Pimp C at all. It's not the stories that I have, but it's the stories that always fascinate me, is how so many people on the street would be like, hey man, I met Pimp C and I told him this and he told me this, man, and I remember it to this day and it sticks with me, and now this is all that. And, it's amazing how many people's lives he touched in this world, No, I just want to thank everybody that's been supporting myself, Pimp C, and this entire UGK family for all these years, you know what I'm saying? The family is extending, you know what I'm saying? We still got, UGK Records family, you know what I'm saying, with He's a Leo and the Underdogs and Corey Moe and we still got the Two Trill family with myself and the Middle Fingers, and, the Gutter Boy family right now, and Coalition Productions. And, we're just trying to keep the movement going, man, and continue to rep UGK for life.